This is a complete Lord of the Rings movie walkthrough, and we are in part 2, so let's get into it. Hey, my name's Austin, and we're all about digging deeper and going further to better understand faith, film, and everything in between. If that's exciting to you and you're new here, consider subscribing. In part 1 of this series, we discussed the prologue to Fellowship of the Ring. In this video, we'll be going through Gandalf's arrival in the Shire and Bilbo and Gandalf's reunion. Gandalf first arrives on a cart being pulled by a pony humming to himself. Frodo is reading not far away and hears this and comes running to greet him. When he gets to him, he crosses his arms and states, "You're late." To which Gandalf replies, "A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to." This is one of the most memorable quotes in the whole trilogy. I love quoting it all the time, and it seems that this wizard has very similar timing to God. Though we may want him to show up on our own schedule and our own plan, he has his own timing for things. He arrives exactly when he means to in each of our lives. The Lord shows up in his perfect timing. He is all-knowing and discerns precisely the right moment to intervene. Next, Gandalf and Frodo share in a hug and a laugh. They catch up some and discuss Bilbo's upcoming birthday party, and then depart as Gandalf arrives at Bag End. He knocks on the door, and as soon as Bilbo realizes who it is greeted with a hugely warm welcome. They begin to talk about Bilbo's desire to leave the Shire and go on another adventure. Gandalf asks Bilbo if he has told Frodo about his plan to leave, as Frodo is very fond of Bilbo. He responds saying that Frodo would likely come with him if it weren't for his love of the Shire. Now, I may be speculating a little bit on this line, but I've always felt at least an ounce of kind of guilt in his tone and how he delivers this line. I think that he recognizes that Frodo looks up to him greatly, but believes to an extent that he doesn't deserve that fondness. It may be due to the ring that he's secretly had in his possession all this time giving him those feelings, or other circumstances he's experienced that make him feel that he just doesn't deserve this. As I've gotten older, and yes, I know, I'm still young, I've begun to recognize this a little bit in my own life. Maybe it's just the devil trying to get to us through our sins or something else, but I'm to a place spiritually where I feel much more mature than I did even 5 years ago. I have become a mentor to people in my life, and it can be easy to think, just like Bilbo, like, do I deserve this status? Do all of these things that I've done throughout my life qualify me to have such an impact on someone else's life? Well, the answer is yes, because God went through those things and those times with us, and it was all a part of his plan for our life. Just like how Bilbo had Gandalf to help him in his life and through his adventures when he was younger, we too have God to walk us through our own lives and guide us in that path. And Gandalf returns to Bilbo in his older age to show his love for him. And God does just the same for us. He comes back into our lives to show his deep love and affection for us. He does this to show us that he is far greater than any trial or mishap that we can go through, experience, or even cause in our own lives. After their conversation, Bilbo and Gandalf reminisce on the front porch smoking Old Toby, the finest weed in all of South Farthing. In the next video in this series, we will discuss Bilbo's party and Frodo's inheritance of this ring of power that we've talked about. And maybe Sam and Frodo's departure from the Shire. I'm not sure if we'll get into that yet, but be sure to tune in. And if you're looking to dig deeper and go further to better understand faith, film, and everything in between, you are in the right place. Subscribe to my channel to catch a new video next Friday, and I will see you in the next video.